Hello everybody, it is Hal Knight, it is Brody time, and welcome back to Let's Play Angels with Scaly Wings. When we last left off, we finished up the neutral ending. Some things have changed. I will not be doing Naomi this playthrough because we cannot currently yet get the best ending for her. We have to make sure that Sebastian survives in this next run before we can... Sebastian and Bryce are alive for the next chapter. So, for the next playthrough to do Naomi to get the best ending we could possibly get with that mod. So, yeah, we're going to have to do that. But, for now, we are going to go ahead and do... Remy's bad ending this run, and then go on to do Naomi's stuff. So, there's that. I check my options, make sure everything's as it should be before we start this next run. Netbook, no idea what that's for. I'm just gonna keep all that stuff stored. So here we go, everybody. Continue your journey, Will. Chapter 1. Trauma. I woke from uneasy dreams, looking at unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. After a good stretch, I looked around the room, illuminated by the sunlight coming in from the window. Outside, in the distance, the portal I emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill. Getting ready, I noticed something laying on the table. It was the note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything. Along with his home phone and work number, there were also some numbers for delivery food of other necessities, as well as emergency and even janitorial services. It certainly thought of everything. Even I had to wonder what the dragon plumber might look like. Dragon. Sheesh, so where are you taking? It says you've already experienced this section in a satisfactory manner. If you wish, we could skip sections like these, which you have already cleared before. No need to read everything again. Isn't that great? How is this different from just using the skip buttons like Controller Tab, you might ask? Well, here's the deal. Using the skip buttons can be tedious, especially when encountering puzzles you've already solved before, or when faced with long dialogue trees. Sometimes it's just easier to jump over a whole section than speeding it up, you know? So during the relevant sections, I will come in and ask if you don't want to just outright jump ahead. Sound good so far? Anyway, there are times when you might still want to choose not to jump ahead like this and use the skip buttons as usual. That's totally fine. Both methods have their own advantages and disadvantages. Jumping ahead will often skip minor choices that can be made, especially during character sections with lots of dialogue options. This can include parts that would unlock new achievements. However, jumping ahead will never skip important choices that you have to make, such as those that can result in good endings or the choices you make during your investigations. It's up to you whether you want to use it or not, but it might save you some time. Either way, the choice is yours. Would you like to skip ahead? As you wish. Yep, skip system. That's how this game works, guys. You can skip ahead. Once again, I am going to skip through all this. Snack, yep. Boop, boop, boop. Bam, here we are. We've unlocked A new option, everybody. We can now meet with Sebastian, which you're going to need to do. So, next time we can, you know, this is meeting with Sebastian, and the first investigation is the way you keep him alive. So if you're wondering, anyway, hey Sebastian, this is Will. Huh? He just hung up. You're still here? I'm still on the clock, you know. Huh? Well, I'm glad you take my security so seriously. Just doing my job, sir. I appreciate it. Anyway, did you need anything? It's pretty boring when I have to spend the day all on my own. I don't really know anyone here yet, so I don't know where I could go or what I could do for fun. Well, if it were earlier, I could have shown you around town and given you the tour. But it's getting dark outside, and I think most places are closed by now. Let me think. Do you like being outdoors? Not really. I see. Maybe I could change your mind about that. What do you mean? What do you think about camping? You want to go camping right now? Well, it might not be the best idea, but I'm not sure there's much else we could do at this time. Would it even be okay for us to just go outside? I'm supposed to be guarding you, you know. Technically, I'm still in the cloud, but your camping would be much more fun than you just staying inside and me guarding your door, don't you think? Besides, I'm supposed to accompany you wherever you go. You're not a prisoner, so of course you're free to go wherever you want to. If you wanted to spend a night outside and experience the countryside, not only could I not stop you, but I'd be obligated to come with you. So what do you say? Sign me up. Sure, let's just grab a few things. Well, here we are. Surprised we even got a spot this late after what you told me. With a member of the police force and someone who as important as you are, it's not really surprising. They probably regard it as an honor to be hosting us. So this is it? No tent or anything? Hold up. Alright, there we go. On tent camping, tent camping would have been a bit more complicated to set up at the last minute. Is there any other form of camping? What you're seeing here is cave camping. Essentially, they're run like hostels, but you sleep in caves like this one. Well, at least we got the furnishing. Could use a few sleeping bags, though. If you wanted a comfy bed, you should have stayed in your room. This here is the real deal. Sounds great. Yep, just us, nature itself. We even have some natural lighting in here, so much for the real deal. We could just sit in the dark if you prefer that. No, I think this will do. Have you ever gone camping before? Not like this. I see. You know, I was kind of nervous when I met you the first time. I could tell. It was quite a thing to hear that humans were going to visit our world, but when I met you and it turned out you were just like an ordinary person, that really threw me off. Didn't you meet Riza before? Actually, no. Everything about your visit is clouded in secrecy, so I didn't get to hear much about Riza from Maverick before I met you. I see. So are you one of those who expected me to act a certain way because I'm human? Actually, that didn't have much to do with it. Any high-profile guest would have made me nervous, especially if I was in charge of keeping them safe. I also happen to be the newest guy in the force, so I didn't exactly want this to turn into a career ender right here. You're doing a great job so far, don't worry about it. Thank you, I'll do my best. I'm sure of it. How long have you been on the force? They didn't assign the rookie to me, did they? Just because I'm the newest guy doesn't mean I'm a rookie. It's been a few years now. I suppose that means you don't get many new recruits. Not here, at the very least. This is just a small town, so I don't really need them all that often. I got lucky when I got this position because I figured there'd be more competition for the locals. Locals, don't you live here? I live here now, but I actually grew up in a small farming village that mostly consisted of runners like me. Runners? Oh, that's just what we call our species sometimes. They got pretty powerful legs. I can see that. Are there many villages where the inhabitants are mostly of the same species? For sure. It's mostly smaller ones, though, because the bigger they get, the more variety you'll find. I see. I see is like his Will's freaking catchphrase. Every time it's like, I see, I see. I only have my hometown to compare, but from what I've heard, there are other villages that are fairly similar. They can only survive like that if they lead much simpler lives, or if they focus on a certain industry that species is good at. So your species is good at farming. Better than the earth dragons, at least, even though they come in handy pulling the plows. Why did you decide to become a police officer? I just wanted to see what's out there beyond our vegetable fields, and if whatever was there was like the stories I'd heard. Is it? Oh yes, it's been great. Now that you mention it, I don't really know much about this town either. Well, what would you like to know? What can you tell me about the land? The land? Well, I hear they have fertile soil. Not as fertile as my hometown would. I was talking more about if they had any sort of industry. Oh, I see. The town is actually quite unique, because even though it's fairly small, it has its own production facility. With that, we basically have our own full production chain. So your one factory is everyone's pride and joy here. In a way, yes. Makes us fairly independent and keeps everything local. What can you tell me about the people? They're a friendly bunch, for the most part. Of course, I also meet some unpleasant fellows in my line of work, but luckily those seem to be the minority. There was also a bit of culture shock when I initially came here with all the different species living here together, but my police training took care of that. What's it like to work with Bryce? He kinda took me under his wing when I came here, and I've been working with him ever since. Pun not intended. I found it a bit weird that Big Shot himself had to show the country bumpkin the ropes, though. I thought he saw it as a challenge, or that he wanted to scare me away, but honestly, he's been great. Everyone here trusts him a lot. It's like having so many different species on the force. Compared to my hometown, it's been quite an interesting change. On one hand, you get all kinds of different people with all kinds of different strengths, abilities, and backgrounds that can make your work so much easier. On the other hand, it also creates all kinds of new problems that I never would have expected. I won't forget the first time I had to follow a shoplifter who also happened to be a flyer. Do you have any special recommendations or secrets I should know about this town? Secrets? This town doesn't really have any secrets. Not that I know of, at the very least. Maybe you just don't belong to the inner circle yet. I think as a member of the police force, I get to see everything there is to see. Either way, I don't think there's anything that's special about our town. But hey, I'm not the only one who's been new here. What are your impressions? Good, bad, ugly? It's been some fun so far. Fun? That's not something I expected you to say after showered you with a corpse on your first day. Hey, if Bryce said it had to be done, then it's part of the job. I'm not sure if it's a good idea by Bryce to take care of the crime scene, though. I know he's a hands-on guy, but that really was a bit much, pun not intended. If you need my help, I'm glad to give it, fostering goodwill and all that. Well, at least you don't seem to be traumatized from the experience. Anyway, how about some fun? What kind of fun are you talking about? I brought some playing cards, stable for any camping trip. I see, what are we playing? Just a little game called Bastion Breach. Ever heard of it? Can't say I have. We often play it in the break room to pass the time. It's good fun, though. Things can get quite heated sometimes. Let me go over the rules. Sure. As you can see, each of us starts with all the cards of a given suit in their hands. Your diamonds, and I'll be hearts. You got my heart already. Is that so? Anyways. What you see in the center is the middle row, which is a line of shuffled cards from another suit. This way, each game is going to be unique, since the middle row always changes between games. Now, this is how the game works. We will play a round for each card in the middle row, starting with one you see at the very left. During each round, we both decide which card to play and put it there face down like this. Once we both played a card, we flip them over. The highest card wins the round, and whoever played it gets a point. To clarify, 2 is the lowest card, and the king is the highest. That ace is a special card. It beats every face card, but will lose against any number card. Now, the card from the middle of the row will also count, so it is possible that neither of us will get a point for a round. If there is a tie, no clear winner between the 3 cards, or the middle row has the highest card, no player will get a point for that round. However, the next round will give the winner an extra point to make up for it. At the end, the player with the most number of points wins the game. Did you get all that? Yes, let's get started. This game is all about bluffing and mind games. We can always see what cards have been played, so each of us knows exactly what the other players left. Alright, are you ready? Sure. Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. Take all the time you need to make your selection. Ah, 5 for the first card makes for an interesting start. You could try to surpass it and play something higher, but if I'm going to do the same, you don't know how high I would go to not only beat the 5, but your higher card as well. Alternatively, you could count on me trying to beat a higher card and play a low one instead, thus making me waste mine. What's it going to be, Will? Oh, that's bull. We can't quick save here. Well, 2 is literally not going to beat anything here, so as you can see, I played a lowly 2 just to see what would happen. Getting to know your opponent and their tendencies is just as important as analyzing potential moves and strategies. A tie. I guess we both try to do the same thing here. King presents us with an interesting conundrum, especially when getting him early, when most cards are still available. I'll let you figure this one out, though. You did a predictable thing and play the ace, the only card that beats king. Since my 3 beats your ace, though, this round is considered a tie. You may think that's not so bad, but taking away your ace with just a lowly 3 gives me a big advantage. Okay. Yep, that's why I'm quick loading. So we don't want to do that. So we could play a 3, because we know he's going to play a 3. And we could tie it again. Look, it's like a tie, of course. The only card that beats a king is the ace, but playing it here would be a rookie mistake. It's definitely a safer play to just get rid of a low card here. Dang it, I forgot to quick save. So I'm going to do a hard save here. We tied it, so going for the win here might be a good idea. Another tie. Looks like a tie. We could play our king here to try to get a win. We tied in a row, so... I'd say we go for the win here. Guess I should start playing seriously. I think that gave us, like, a lot of points there. I think that was good use here. I'd say we play a low card here. Nice. So we have an ace. So a number card always beats an ace. So honestly, this is a good dump card. Ooh, so he's gonna play a jack. Load. This one here, yes. Let's tie it here. Let's play our ace here. Do we want to do that, though? I think it's any number card beats an ace. Okay, yeah, let me load. So he's gonna play a 9 here. Perfect time to play our queen. Damn, you're better than I thought. Are you sure you haven't played this before? Keep tying with him. This is a halfway point. It's not really going to get serious. Anyone can still win. Okay, so he's played his jack, he played his queen. He hasn't played his king yet. So I could always play his king. Which is a problem, because we don't have anything for this. Wait, let me see what happens if I play the 4. Interesting. Now I think this is a good place to play our 9 here. Ah, that's, I don't think there's anything we could have done there. We tied again. So we tied 4 rounds in a row, I think. Yeah. So that means he got 4 points from that. This one right here, because... We tied again! We tied again? Alright, that's it. I'm sorry to say this, but you just lost. I thought that strategy was going to win us the game, but it didn't. We save here again. So our strategy did not work. We need a win here, though, is the problem. So now for a fact he's going to play a 3 here. Yes. Can we play a 4 here and win? Oh no, oh no, he doesn't play the 3. He plays the 10. But later on in the game, it kills me. So, playing our jack here is the smartest move. Let's play our jack here to get the win. Your point. So that's 2 points right there. Plays here. Queen. And we tied again. Nine. Nope. God dang it. You know what, guys? I, really don't care about this. so far. Tied. There's really no way to beat a queen, I don't think. Let me play an 8 here and see what happens. Another tie. Okay, so let's save here. We could get a win here and get ahead. Do you want to put the win here? That leaves us without a lot. So I'm gonna go 4 here and see what he's gonna play. Okay, yep. I'm gonna have to load again. Okay, so he's gonna play a king. Oh my god, I don't care about this game. I'm not wasting my time trying to beat this game, honestly. I'm probably just gonna skip through the rest of this game. Because I really don't have the time for it. Here. Oh my god, are you serious? Yeah, I don't give a crap. I hate this shit. I do not like this kind of stuff. Yeah, I noticed. I guess I can't help it. I'm just that good. You beat someone who played this for the first time ever. Congratulations. Don't be a poor sport about it now. Maybe you win next time. If there was ever such a thing. Hold up, let me check. Is there... Okay, hold on. Let me... We're going back. We're gonna figure this out. Yeah, fuck this. I don't care. Let me just go back to the very end of the game. This last one. I don't care. I'm just gonna play whatever. Can I skip through this? No. Fucking hate this shit. Don't be a poor sport about it now. Maybe you'll win next time. If there is ever such a thing. I'll just put these away. No rematch? Maybe some other time. It's getting kinda late now. If you say so. And maybe next time you can teach me a human card game. Sure. Maybe we could get some sleep now. I imagine it'll be just as busy tomorrow as it was today. Let's not forget I'll have to get up early to report about all this. So, how do you like your bed of rocks? That's alright. Well then, have a good night. Good night, Sebastian. Did not care to fucking waste any more time on that. I don't want to get the achievement. I freaking hate... I'm never gonna figure it out. But we're not gonna do that. We said we're gonna go with Remy. Time. Alright. Time to meet with Remy. Well, actually, wait. Is it time? Yeah, it's pretty much already time. But I'm just gonna end it right here before we date Remy then. Okay. So that was Sebastian's meet and greet. I actually tried to win, and you know I'm never gonna win that. I'm never gonna learn a strategy, and I don't waste my time on like extra side things like that because it's just like I thought I had something, and if I don't, I'm not wasting a bunch of time on video doing that. So yeah, but Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Bodhi Time for more content, especially more angels with scaly wings. Also, please make sure to share this video far and wide so we get as many eyes on the series as possible. I will see you all in the next video.